Happy Halloween to you from me, Farhan. I hope you're having a great day. Because it's Halloween, by the way, right now I know I look like a waiter, but I'm supposed to be a groom, so I'm gonna get a little flower here at some point today when I go and edit this video and upload it for you. So happy Halloween. Let's spook you out a little, shall we? Your smartphone is like a slot machine. When I was living in Vegas for 1 year and I was director of RSD Immersion, I did a lot of gambling. I went to casinos a lot. I did a lot of sports betting, a lot of playing poker. That's how I made all my money in Vegas. One thing extra that I did was that I really studied why gambling works. Why do slot machines work? Why is it that these senior citizens spend their entire pension money and just waste it away at the casino? You know, why does the casino make so much money? Why is it a multi-billion-dollar industry? Why? Well, let's first look at what is in your pocket, or what are you holding right now in your hand. The reason your cell phone, your smartphone, is a slot machine is because when you access your phone, let's say for checking email, you don't know whether you're gonna get an email or not. So you'll notice, like, let's say you have a smartphone, an iPhone, for example. You'll open up your mail, and on the bottom it'll say, checking for mail. At that moment, there is some massive dopamine release in your brain. Because remember, dopamine is released because of anticipation of reward, not necessarily the reward itself, even though it is released for the reward too. But the major release of dopamine is for the anticipation of reward. So imagine you're an old lady, maybe you are an old lady, sitting on a slot machine, and you go, and it's like, do 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 do. That do 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 is that checking for mail on your phone. They're one and the same. They're synonymous. So that lady, as those wheels are turning on the slot machine, is anticipating the reward. Maybe it's gonna be cherry 7, or 7 cherry, or apple banana apple. Who knows, right? And for you, you don't know whether you're gonna get an email from a spam, someone you don't want to get the email from, like some kind of a newsletter you subscribe to, which you don't want to subscribe to. Hopefully it's not mine. Or it could be from your girlfriend. It could be from your boss giving you a promotion. It could be something you've won. It could be an email that you've been waiting for. Maybe your physician or your therapist or whoever, right? So that is how we gamble with our smartphone. Now let's say you start Instagram, right? You start the app, and right there, you don't know if you've gotten likes for your recent photo, right? The selfie you took yesterday, because you're narcissistic. You don't know if you're gonna get likes or comments on that photo. Now, you also don't know whether those comments are gonna be positive or negative. You don't know how many comments you're gonna get. You don't know how many shares you're gonna get. So you're essentially gambling like a fucking slot machine every time you open up your smartphone. You'll notice one thing these assholes Twitter do, when you open up Twitter, there's like a 5-second or 3-second delay between the icon coming up and then it goes away. It makes it like a sound, and then it tells you how many retweets you got and your entire notifications thing. Thank God I'm not on Twitter or on any social media. Thank fucking God. Because I used to be affected by this entire addiction. It is such a vice, man. It is such a vice. And you need to be aware of this. You need to be very, very aware. You look at something like Snapchat, you open up Snapchat, you don't know how many views, you don't know how many of your friends saw your story. It's a slot machine. You're not sure. It's uncertain, right? You have to prove it to yourself by accessing it. And that happens all the time. On Facebook, when you're on your news feed and you go down, you don't know when you're gonna get a cat video that's gonna keep you hooked for the next half an hour. You don't know when you're gonna get some kind of video that is very addictive, right? You don't know when you're gonna get videos that cause outrage. Facebook has the ability to put into their algorithm things that will specifically outrage you, or things that will specifically go into depth of a certain philosophy that you believe in, right? It's all confirmation bias. Facebook wants to give you things to keep you hooked because it knows what your beliefs are. It knows what you like. It knows what you don't like. So if they keep giving you things that are attuned with your belief system, then you're going to keep your belief system alive. However, what I want you to do is question your belief. Read the books that you disagree with. Hang out with the people that you don't want to hang out with, or you disagree with, or you completely are against their philosophy. Look at a guy like me. When I went to RSD immersion and I spent a year there, I wanted to be around guys who are always fucking sex addicts, right? Because I had never had sex. I was very sexually deprived. So I wanted to be around people like RSD instructors and mentors who have had a lot of sexual experience, who've had a lot of talking to girls. Now, that might have not been the ideal way to do it, but that is the way I did it. I went into extreme circumstances, extreme uncomfort zone to get my ass away from all the academic nerdy atmosphere, right? Then, a guy like me never believed that the body was important. I never believed that strength, fitness, health was important. I thought looks didn't matter. I thought the body doesn't matter. I want the girl to like me for my brain. I want the girl to like me for me. So what did I do? I went to strength camp. I spent time with people who are into their body, who understand how to breathe. You know, guys like Elliot Hulse, Chris Barnard, and all the other guys at strength camp, Serrano, right? And everyone, Mark Novak, Shannon, like all these guys are into their bodies. They understand what strength and fitness is. They understand what it takes to be healthy and to have a really well-balanced life. So I spend there. I spend time with people who I disagree with. I was hanging out with football players, right? Elliot, Chris, all these guys are football players. Shannon played for Ohio State and won the championship with them, right? So it's like, if you put yourself in positions which are very much against your belief system, that is how you will be able to get out of that rut you're in, right? That is how you'll be able to grow and get out of your comfort zone. But Facebook doesn't want you to do that. They want you to stay addicted to smartphone technology. Apple wants you to stay addicted. Google wants you to stay addicted. They're planning your environment. They're the urban planners of your digital city, right? So, you know, you look at an urban planner in a city like Toronto or New York or Paris, right? They've planned different things in the city, you know, where the street signs are, where the intersections are, where do you take a turn, you know, where do you stop, where's the parking? All of this, the urban planners of a city have designed. Well, the urban planners of the digital era, the digital system, are who? Google and Apple. Apple allows you to actually access Facebook, access Instagram, access Snapchat, right? And Google allows you to search for things like movies that you like or pornography that you want to watch or whatever the fuck, right? Now, what I'm trying to convey to you in this video is that your cell phone is a fucking slot machine. You are gambling when you are opening your smartphone. Now, what are the now in the last couple of minutes, what are the solutions to this? What is my advice? What can you do here? Well, one thing you could do is be really aware of what's happening. So if you are engaging in addictive actions, the way you're going to know is that during the action, your in the moment self is going to love it. You're going to get that dopamine spike. You're going to get that reward. You're going to get that adrenaline. You're going to get that peak state, blah, blah, blah. But afterwards, you're going to regret it. So anytime you regret something after, but in the moment you don't regret it, that's an addiction. That is a sign. That is some evidence that you are addicted to something. Be very careful not to be addicted to it. Now, it's going to take time. You have to replace your bad habits with good habits. So me, for example, one of my bad habits is that I watch a lot of high stakes poker at night while I eat, right? And I was just addicted to that dopamine. You know, I love seeing $10 million on the table and, you know, that all that money exchange. I love that. My brain wants that risk. So what did I start doing? I started watching Michael Greger, who is a person who promotes a plant-based diet. So I started watching him on London Real. I started watching improv comedy because now I go to improv comedy classes, right? So now I'm replacing all of those bad habits of watching poker and getting shit out of it. And now I'm replacing things like learning more about veganism, learning more about plant-based diets, learning more about heart disease, learning more about cancer, right? Learning more about improvisational comedy. right? And now I started watching The Good Doctor, which is a Canadian series about a guy who's a doctor who has autism, right? And I work with autistic kids every Saturday, so I want to learn about that too. So now I'm entertaining myself based on things that are actually good for me while I eat my dinner. Or don't do anything. Just eat your dinner and enjoy and be in the moment, breathe, be mindful, and just be happy with where you are in life. And just breathe deeply into your body, into your pelvic floor while you eat. And that is also a great way to spend time chewing food. Okay, so that's what I wanted to convey to you, spook you out a little bit. Your smartphone is a slot machine, believe it or not. You want to learn more about this stuff? Go look at Tristan Harris. Look what he's doing. Tristan, it's like Tristan Harris. Used to be a design ethicist at Google. He used to also work for Apple, and now he's creating an entire movement known as Time Well Spent, timewellspent.io, right? A lot of the information that I'm obtaining, I'm getting it from him, right? He's one of my mentors at the moment. I've never met the guy. I'm probably going to meet him soon in the next couple of months and interview him and all that stuff. But he is a guy who's making noise. He's really concerned about what 50 people, essentially 50 people in Silicon Valley are doing to control the whole world, and they don't even know it, right? These guys aren't evil. They're great, right? The guys who run Google and Apple and Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat, they're great people. They just don't know what they're doing. They want to make impact, right? A lot of them have autistic tendencies. They don't have the ability to make eye contact as well as you and I do, perhaps. But so they come out with technologies that help them communicate with people without making eye contact. Things like texting and email, right? These guys invented all that stuff, and they're not evil, they're great. But they don't understand that impact has to be positive impact. It can't be negative impact. It can't be impact that takes us away from the present moment, puts us in our head, and inhibits and hinders and stifles conversation with people one-on-one. And I'm seeing that in society. And I'm going to make a lot of videos about that, how conversation one-on-one is really, really depleted in society today. I'm going to continue to make videos about this stuff. Okay? So take this risk, make the right decision, understand your addictions, and be very, very careful, and don't let your smartphone get you addicted to it and keep you away from your deep work and what you really, really want to do in life. Some people to follow and look at are Adam Alter, the guy who wrote the book Irresistible, Sherry Turkle, who wrote Alone Together, and more recently Reclaiming Conversation. Look at Cal Newport, who wrote Deep Work. All of these guys I've read over and over and over and really, really believe in. We want to create a revolution. Let's have a society where we're all smiling with each other, smiling and connecting and having authentic relationships with each other. Okay? This is reality, right? It's not just some spooky thing I'm saying on Halloween. This is some real shit that I'm trying to convey to you to change this fucking world for the better. Ciao. Love you. This is Farhan. I'll see you soon. Bye.